Miljarden mensen bezoeken Facebook dagelijks virtueel. Wij zijn vandaag bij het hoofdkantoor in Silicon Valley. Het is echt een soort sloterdijk hier, er is helemaal niks hier. Dus ja, ik hoop dat het binnen er stukken beter uitziet. So I'm here with mobilemarketing.nl. We're actually now in the Facebook office in California. We're with Ariel, and she's showing us around. And
we'll get started.
Yeah, let's get started.
So we're in one of the first buildings that we moved into when we moved into this campus. It used to be Sun Microsystems campus, and we moved in about 2 years ago. So this was one of the first buildings. It's building 10. There are 8 buildings on campus. You'll notice that everything is very unfinished. There are no ceiling tiles. We ripped all of those out. We ripped all the carpet out. So it has this very unfinished feel.
Why is that?
Well, we like to have a kind of creative, stimulating space, and it also is reminiscent, or it's kind of a part of our mission, that our mission is very unfinished, so our spaces reflect that as well.
Always on progress, in progress.
Exactly.
Okay.
Do a lot of people come with a bike, or?
They do. A lot of people come by bikes. We actually have a bike shop on campus that we can go take a look at, and it has bike repair. You just have to pay for the parts, no pay for labor.
Yeah.
So you can easily bike to work. If you get a flat on the way here, you can get it fixed while you're at work and be able to bike home.
Alright.
So here's one of the workspaces. You'll notice that it's very open. No one has an office. Everyone just works out together. So not even Mark has an office.
So where is Mark?
He's in a different building.
He's in a different building.
And
We're in the wrong building.
So we'll continue this way. We'll actually go across the lobby here.
Yeah, okay.
So as this was the first building, it was kind of a guinea pig in a lot of ways, kind of like the test building to see what would work best.
Yeah.
Working here. So what we found after being in this building is that even though the spaces are very open, people wanted even larger, larger spaces with fewer walls. So in the other buildings, we ended up making bigger spaces, more open, so that people could more freely, interact and collaborate.
Okay, so that's the important thing about it. So that people can collaborate better. So, so how does it come out in the work they do? Let's say in nice walls or better products, or?
Well, it's just when you're able to communicate freely and easily with your colleagues, there are so many more ideas that are floating around. You're able to solve problems so much more quickly instead of having to email someone or have to, have that barrier of an office door that you can't just, speak freely. You're able to solve problems so quickly. Like if you and I are sitting at a desk and we have an issue, and the person next to us is like, "Oh wait, I have an idea about that." There's so many more opinions and ways to solve problems that way. So here's the Facebook wall.
A real life offline Facebook wall.
So, just use it.
Yeah.
Should I write something on it?
Yeah, you should. Visitors always come in and find the wall.
So this every day you have to clean this one and
no, not every day, but maybe every couple of weeks.
Okay.
But since this is our permanent home, we put in these chalkboard walls so that you can write on the walls all over the
normally it just
buildings.
The stories move right on the wall. But this is really
it's a little more static.
So I will write down my name, and I'll say I will be back to make a promise. And do you want me to write something for you?
No.
Will people like it when I write?
It's enough. I see that there is enough on the Facebook wall.
So I work on the communications and public policy team. So I'm, interacting with media.
This is a nice shot.
Yeah, this is.
Are you good with people?
I'm not very good. No. I actually don't.
Okay, then I can beat you because I'm really good at it.
I don't think there are any paddles here.
Oh.
I think people bring their own.
Air ping pong? Let's play air ping pong.
So there are lots of walls. This is the photo wall.
Yeah, it looks like this is the photo
And
wall.
who's this guy then? Who's John?
I don't know.
You're just a
There's-
guy
What's
with
cool
with a
about-
big picture.
Yeah. What's cool about the like the decorations here is that employees have the ability to decorate as they see fit. So when you when you move into a space, it's pretty much a blank canvas, and then the employees that are working in that space are able to decorate it or make it comfortable for them.
Yeah.
So that could be painting on walls, putting up any kind of like decorations, or buying a refrigerator,
Yeah.
whatever it is that they want to do. So
To make it more personal and their own space.
exactly.
And what is he doing? He's staying
This is a cool
fit
job.
and working.
Yeah, so we have these treadmill desks. You can walk on the treadmill while you're working, and it's pretty nice to be able to not have to sit at your desk all day.
And are we
there's
able
options.
and are we able to control the speed from outside?
Wouldn't that be?
I see another thing. The Superman clothes. Is that for the employee of the month?
No.
No.
So there are a lot of little quirky things around the offices. One of them is this phone booth. It's kind of a reminder of old technology.
Yeah.
And someone put that Superman costume there. I'm not sure who.
Oh, nice.
So we'll continue here. You'll notice in all of the buildings that there's these, in these pathways, when you see these white lines,
Yeah.
you'll always find a restroom, an exit, and a micro kitchen.
Okay.
So you can, if you're, not everyone is familiar with every building or every
Yeah.
floor, so you're able to kind of have that in mind. So this is the IT help desk, where if you have a computer or a phone issue, you can
Okay.
come and get your issue fixed. You can watch TV while you're waiting, or play video games.
Oh, very nice.
And there's a big book about Android.
Yes, it's pretty big. It's really offline, so
And here you can buy all your gear.
Yeah, so this is actually all free, but so you can just put your badge up here. It'll say "Welcome, Ariel," and then I can choose whatever it is that I need. It is free, but it reminds you, how much you're costing the company, and so that you're
Okay.
accountable.
Okay.
I'm filming that we're filming. This is the area.
So this is a micro kitchen.
Oh, my.
So there's one of these on the ground floor, and it just has
So that's what I was getting
coffee,
confused with.
cereal, things
But,
like that. You can, if you miss one of the segmented meals, you can come here, or
Yeah.
if you just want to get a snack in the middle of the day.
So if you look at the time that people spend in the office, what time do people come in? How often do they lunch together, and then when do they go?
That's a good question. So it really is very flexible. So
Okay.
it's all about just getting your work done, and not necessarily about being here between, different times. It kind of depends on the department you're in. So for me, I work a lot with international media, so I'm up early and often up late.
Okay.
And is this office open 24/7?
The office is, yeah. But
Is it,
you
at-
won't often find a lot of people here 24/7.
No, but in midnight there's nobody here, or?
I've only been here at midnight a couple of times, so I don't really know.
Okay.
But
Work
so
late is no
for-
problem.
Yeah, but I can work from home if I want
Yeah.
to. Like I go home and I can do some stuff on my computer, just be available. Or if you're an engineer, you're not as dependent on. Actually, that's sorry. No, you're fine. You're not as engineers aren't as dependent on people outside of the
Yeah.
company, their schedules, so they can come in, at whatever time is best for them to work. So if
Yeah.
some people work really well in
Well,
the
at night,
afternoon or
yeah,
at night,
yeah.
so they can come later, or some people work really well in the morning and then
Yeah.
leave early. So it's very flexible.
And what do they tell to their manager? How is the communications? Like say, I'm late on Tuesday, but I work late on Wednesday, or?
So there really isn't that, you don't have to kind of be that specific with your time. It's really results based.
Okay,
So
result-based.
if you're doing the work and getting things out there, then that's what's important. It's
Okay.
not about like, I'm going to be here X, Y, and Z time. So we'll actually go in here. This is what's called the Analog Research Lab, and when Facebook started, several years ago, there were a couple of designers that joined maybe, I guess it was 7 or 8 years ago, and they had a lot of experience with screen printing and with making t-shirts and posters, and they got here and they kept hearing these different taglines that people would use. Things like, what would you do if you weren't afraid, or move fast and break things. And so they turned these into posters and decided to put them around the office. And there was this great response to them, and it ended up kind of turning into this rallying cry of like putting up these posters with different taglines
for motivation and
motivation reminders, things like that. And so it turned into the Analog Research Lab. They ended up getting screen printing material. They got all different kinds of art material from, sometimes it was a dump, sometimes it was donated, things like that. And so it turned into this lab. And now there's a wood shop in the lab, there's a dark room, so there are a lot of different artistic...
So it's actually to decorate all the offices?
No, a lot of it is to do personal art projects.
Oh, okay, personal art projects.
So it's kind of a different kind of creativity.
But it stays here on campus, or can people take it home?
Take it home, yeah. So for the wood shop, you can make a chair and be able to take it home.
Really?
So let's see
really cool.
what he's making here.
Is it cool if we...
He's concentrating.
And we also invite local artists to come in on campus and create artwork for employees or just create artwork for the campus. So we really try and encourage creativity in all kinds of ways.
So the social media is very 2.0, but if you look at here, this is the old school publishing
it's like
thing.
Embracing, all kinds of different creativity.
Okay. He makes a kind of a thing for all the Facebooks.
I don't know.
Posters and books, There
are lots of Facebooks, so it's quite hard to get everything in this one. So this is a little small economic area here with all kind of shops and.
I mean, there really aren't shops here, but there's a couple of restaurants that are local businesses that are here, and then a lot of the places you'll see are Facebook places. Like we have a few restaurants of our own that are, controlled by a Facebook culinary team, and then we do have a bank on campus, a health clinic, a barber shop.
So how many people are working here in this area on Facebook, on the Facebook headquarters?
So just over half of our global employee base. So we have about 5,000 employees worldwide. So just over half of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, great.
Continue on.
So on this table you see that the smartphone is optional.
Smartphone optional table.
Seems like you can put like flat file.
There aren't any in there.
Is that the local newspaper?
I know sometimes they put posters in there that you can take as well.
Okay, okay.
So as we keep going here, this is one of the big cafes on campus. There are 2 large cafes.
2 large cafes.
All food is free, and they serve 3 meals a day.
We like that Dutch. It's free. The food is free.
So that's pretty cool. Here's the bank I was talking about. So you can get your banking done. There's the
What's this track?
shop.
This track goes all the way through the campus?
So when we moved in here, this was actually more like a Zen garden, this entire area.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a park setting. And when we moved in, we decided that what was important was to be able to connect all of the buildings together.
Yeah.
And so we made this courtyard that's kind of like the main hub of campus, where you can, walk and do meetings. You can take your bike and walk and bike from one side of campus to the other.
Yeah. It actually feels like I'm at the Universal Studios.
It feels like a little town sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here's the bike shop that we can take a look at.
And what's that? The hacker company?
So we are. So that is actually someone's last name was Hacker. We found that sign, and we brought it here. But you know, we have this hacker culture.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with it at all?
Yeah.
Okay, so you'll see hack kind of everywhere.
All right.
All
we
these
saw
shops.
the hack sign when outside of the road.
Oh, the like sign?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the bike shop.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
So all these shops are owned by Facebook, or are these?
Not all of them. Some of them are local businesses that are here. Like this is a local business, a local Mexican restaurant that's on campus.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, we try and encourage. You're fine.
Sure.
We encourage employees to use alternative forms of transportation. So this is where you can learn about some of those options. We have shuttles, van pools, all kinds of carpooling options, using the Caltrain, and then being able to bike to work.
So how many
as well.
people you think in percentage of the people here use a bike?
I don't know how many people use a bike, but it's about 40% of people use alternative forms of transportation.
Okay.
So, and we're always trying to get that number up.
Because in the Netherlands, let's say a lot of people.
Oh
are
yeah,
biking.
everyone's biking.
Yeah.
Yeah. We try and encourage employees to bring their personal interests to work as well and embrace that.
Yeah.
So that's expressed through the Analog Research Lab and just being able to decorate your space the way you want it to be. And I think too with the flexible working schedule, that really encourages people to, incorporate their life into work as well. It's like, you don't have a work life and a personal life.
Yeah.
You have one life. So.
Yeah. And do people move every month or once a couple of months? So you have to sit on that side of the campus and then meet people on the other side of the campus, or?
No. So you are sitting with your team.
Yeah.
So if you were to move teams, you would inevitably move.
Okay.
But the work that we do here is incredibly cross-functional. So you'll be working with people from all over the company.
Yeah.
And so even though you might be sitting in the same place for the entire time you're working here, you're always in different buildings, working with different teams, and being able to have that different exposure.
Okay.
Okay. And this is the Facebook shop.
Yeah.
So let's see.
Fun things in here.
Good morning, guys. Hello. Good morning. Anything for sale on discount today?
It's all discounted.
Oh, this kind of everybody.
Everything is here.
Yeah.
So what's the hottest item? What do people buy most around here?
The most popular thing is probably the blue hoodie up there.
The blue hoodie? Oh, here,
The
this
dark
one.
blue one, yes.
This one.
Exactly. That's the basic uniform.
Oh yeah.
So that people can show off.
So this is for people which are working here, or also for tourists.
The center of Facebook of the campus, it's called Hacker Square, and you can actually see in the concrete that it spells hack in the ground.
Yeah.
The darker concrete are the letters, and then the lighter concrete's the background. But this is where we have big company meetings, where people come and kind of just hang out. We have movie nights here with this large screen over here.
Yeah.
It's also where the IPO bell was rung, and where Mark often has, company meetings.
So when a company meeting takes place, so let's say it will be packed with people.
Yeah,
Where's
be
Mark?
chairs. He's usually in the front right there.
On let's say just standing.
Yeah.
He's not on a box.
No.
He's not the Pope.
But how can you hear Mark when you're here and he's standing like
there
there?
will be some kind of microphone or
Oh,
something.
okay. So.
And they'll project him on the screen as well, so you can see. And it's not just Mark, if other people are holding a meeting, it'll be the same thing.
So what was the last thing he announced, or was announced? Let's say last week or last month, or is it, how often does it?
Well, we're constantly updating things and constantly doing things. One of the last biggest announcements we had was we did
That
Instagram.
we are coming?
That was a big one.
Everybody was here.
We did Instagram video a few months ago.
Yes, true.
graph search early in the year was a really big one, and we haven't really had any events lately though.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
So,
This is A, we're walking
in the A, that's right.
We're walking the A. We're now walking towards the C.
So you'll also notice that we have these bridges that connect a lot of the buildings. This is in hopes to keep the buildings very connected. Like in our old building, it wasn't really a campus, we would be able to just walk down the hall and speak to a different department. But in this campus, it's much bigger, so we put in these bridges so that you could easily go from one building to the next. So it didn't feel like you were so separated.
So is it a symbol, the web, for the internet or the social web?
No, that's for Halloween.
Oh.
But the bridges, this color is actually the same color as the Golden Gate Bridge.
Yeah.
In
Oh,
San
we were there
Francisco.
last week, so
Yeah.
or this week actually. So it feels like a long time ago.
So down at the end, so here's the end of the road here at this campus. There are several other food places. There's a burger shop, a burrito bar, a pizza place. There's a salad restaurant, and then the other large cafe. And then there's the arcade right down there.
What is the arcade hall?
Hmm?
Is it the arcade hall?
It's a like games, video game arcade. Yeah.
Old school.
Oh, old school. Yeah.
Yeah, great.
I actually have never been in there, so we can
No?
take a look.
Let's see.
Nice. But people are actually just working in these.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just similar to what we've seen over there.
Exactly. And all the buildings are pretty much the same. It's just they're different based on what employees decide to put in them.
Yeah.
But otherwise they're all pretty much the same. So just cross over.
Yeah.
We also see that there are these garage doors that open up a lot of these workspaces, so that when it's nice weather, you can open up a garage door and be able to have this indoor-outdoor space. And the reason we put those in is to remind us of the startups that started in garages, and because in a lot of ways we still think of ourselves as a startup. We are, of course, a larger company, but we still have really small teams. We work really quickly, and compared to how many people we serve, over 1.1 billion people, the 5,000 people that are working here is a pretty small company.
Yeah. So this is the arcade hall. So let's see what.
It's kind of dark in here.
Okay.
I like it.
Yeah, it's fun.
Let's play Street Fighter 2. I'm real smart. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're gonna head back to the other side.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you guys have any questions that I can answer on our way back?
So is this a lifestyle to work here?
What do you mean?
As for Facebook, is it a thing? Can you imagine to work for another company?
I mean, I really love my job and I love what I'm doing here. So for now, I can't really. No.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Humphrey,
Yes.
we kwamen hier aan vanochtend. Na een aantal intensieve dagen in San Francisco zijn we nu op Facebook, de echte Silicon Valley eigenlijk.
Ja.
Hè? Want we hebben het steeds over Silicon Valley, maar dat is eigenlijk, San Francisco is eigenlijk geen Silicon Valley. Toen we hier aankwamen, toen dachten we eerst van, oh shit, dit lijkt wel een soort Amsterdam Zuidoost, kantorencomplex. We zagen dit complex ook waar vroeger Sun Microsystems zat. Dat is nu voor Facebook. Toen kwamen we binnen en toen gebeurde er wat eigenlijk. Hè? Wat voor experience heb je gekregen?
Het was wel echt 2 maal boven eigenlijk wat je zou willen verwachten. We kwamen inderdaad op een kleine receptie eigenlijk. Ja, we zaten nog te kijken van waar gaat het naartoe. Maar gewoon het centrum van de campus. En een soort subcultuur die er dan eigenlijk leeft qua creativiteit, qua toch een soort winkelcentra, een soort Universal Studios met allemaal winkeltjes en allemaal braderie-achtige plekken waar mensen of kunnen gamen, of kunnen eten, of een fietsen kunnen laten maken, of creatief kunnen zijn met zelf doeken maken, of eigen posters maken. Ja, dat is toch wel een soort lifestyle wat je daar binnen vindt. En ja, de mensen die daar ook lopen zijn aan de ene kant gewoon jij en ik, maar je weet aan de andere kant dat het toch mensen zijn die gewoon echt waarschijnlijk zo super slim zijn. En die daar als een soort
Jij bent ook slim hoor, Humphrey, vergeet het niet. Ik
maar
onderschat jou niet.
Ja, er hangt een soort university sfeer, maar toch wel serieuze business. Maar ja, het is toch meer een soort leven in een leven, denk ik.
Ja. We staan hier bij het Vaticaan van de social media natuurlijk eigenlijk.
Ja.
En wat ik eigenlijk wel merkte is dat dit eigenlijk een hele nieuwe manier is van business doen eigenlijk. Hè? Je kan het veel breder trekken. Als je dan eigenlijk naar oudere bedrijven kijkt, ik zal ze niet zelf noemen, maar zeker in de uitgeverswereld, dan denk je van ja, die moeten nog wel heel veel stappen maken hoor. Je ziet hier een totaal andere manier eigenlijk hoe er gewerkt wordt. En daar was ik wel, dat wist ik wel een beetje, maar hier merk je het echt. Ook hoe de mensen met elkaar werken hier, hoe open het is. Dat is voor mij echt wel een openbaring om het zo maar te zeggen.
Ja, wat voornamelijk wel heel erg interessant was, dat eigenlijk ze al die gebouwen hebben, maar dat ze willen dat iedereen heel snel bij elkaar kan komen. Dat iedereen elkaar kan vinden, dat mensen cross-product denken, cross-tafel. En ook de schermen die Arno ook gebruikt om te kijken wie zit waar, hoe kom ik daar. En er zit echt een soort netwerk, gewoon het hele sociale netwerk. Dat heb je hier ook gewoon het offline gevoel. Dat niemand zit in een kantoor. En
mensen werken hard.
Ze werken wel heel hard.
Ze werken hard, maar het is wel in een environment die je veel beter volgens mij kan zien dan de mensen die 5 dagen van 9 tot 5 naar hun kantoor gaan.
Ik denk dat mensen ook gewoon hier zichzelf zijn in de zin van...
zakelijk en privé lopen hier veel meer door elkaar heen volgens mij. Ja.
Nou, ik wil niet zeggen dat het goed of beter is. Ik denk dat het in ieder geval hier heel goed werkt. En het was in ieder geval wel een soort out-of-the-box gevoel wat je hier krijgt over werken op Facebook.
Oké, dankjewel.